So we're back working on this Honda CR-V with the AC that would stop working after it got hot. And I suspect it's because of an excessive air gap. I've got the drive plate off here, and you can see how it's worn compared to the new drive plate. This is perfectly flat, and this one's all grooved. Now, yesterday I fixed a Mazda 3 by removing a 30 thou shim between the drive plate and the shaft to reduce the air gap. But this one doesn't appear to have a shim in there. Looking up in there, and you can get that drive plate off just barely. But normally there would be a shim right in here. And I don't see it. So we're going to have to take the drive belt off and move this compressor, turn it so that we can access the snap rings and stuff, because there's not enough room to get this plate out of here, or this pulley off. So 14 millimeter serpentine belt tool, and you can hold the wrench on the axle shaft here, so leave it compressed and just slip the belt off the bottom pulley. Disconnect the electrical plug up there. It's a bit of a challenge. The clip's on the front side on the top, and take the 4 bolts out, but the compressor won't move far enough over. I might try taking this tranny cooler line off, because if I can tip the compressor up, I could avoid evacuating and recharging. I might take this tranny cooler line off. Just give it a try. If that doesn't work, we're going to evacuate. So I elected to evacuate and take the compressor right off. Hopefully I'll have seals for the lines. I should have. And the system was full, because it was recharged a couple weeks ago, or a few weeks ago, a month and a half ago. So I was hoping to be able to do it without evacuating and recharging, but I can't get that compressor in a position where I can get at the snap rings easily. And the snap rings are kind of a bitch. So we'll continue. So there's the compressor off. This is the snap ring we have to get off and then pull the hub off. It's much easier to do here. I was just trying to avoid evacuating it. I couldn't get a snap ring plier in there very conveniently. Well, we'll get this off now. So here's the part number of the kit that I'm using. It's a Dorman 926-155. So the 2 snap rings are a pain in the ass to get off, but I got them off. Cleaned up this surface here, the snap ring groove. We'll put the clutch in. This little screw broke off, but we'll make sure that the wires are secure. Maybe we'll tie them to this ear or something with a tie wrap. It's just so that they don't rub on the pulley. So there's the old clutch and old bearing. So there's a new clutch installed. I got about 14 thou, and I don't have a thinner shim. I put a 10 thou shim in there, and if I take the 10 thou out, it just barely drags. So I think 14 should be good. I usually shoot for around 10 to 12, but I don't have a thinner shim. So we're going to secure these wires to this boss here with the tie wrap, because this screw broke off in the housing. There was a little clip here. And clean up the ground wire and attach the coil. So there's the compressor reinstalled. New roll ring seals on the pipes. Serpentine belt back on. And we're going to let it down and draw it down to a vacuum for half an hour, 40 minutes. So there it is, back together and running. Compressor is cycling on and off normally now. Now it's only 20 Celsius, about 68, 70 degrees Fahrenheit in the shop today, so it doesn't have to work very hard to cool the inside of the car today. So we're going to give it back to the customer now after I check it for leaks.